If you think you know your wife, think again. I used to believe Olivia and I had the perfect marriage. Trust, love, loyalty, we had it all. Or at least that's what I thought. But one night, with a single click, my entire world collapsed. It started with a message from my old college buddy, Jake. Dude, tell me this isn't your wife. Attached was a link. I hesitated. My heart pounded in my chest as my thumb hovered over it. And then, before I could talk myself out of it, I tapped. The page loaded, and I saw her, Olivia, my wife, wearing nothing but lace lingerie, staring into the camera with a sultry smile. I blinked, convinced I was seeing things. But it was real. She was real. And this was her OnlyFans. I scrolled down, my hands shaking. Photos, videos, live stream announcements. Then I saw her bio. Just a naughty wife having a little fun. Winking face. And underneath it, the words that made my blood run cold. Single and ready to play. My wife, the woman I built a life with, was selling herself to thousands of strangers. And the worst part? She wasn't just hiding it. She was pretending I didn't even exist. I stared at the screen, my breath shallow. This wasn't real. Couldn't be real. My wife wasn't the type of woman to do this. Olivia was classy, reserved, hell, she barely posted on Instagram, let alone this. And yet, here she was, in lingerie, in a private chat room, selling herself to thousands of strangers. Just a naughty wife having a little fun. Winking face. I clicked on her subscriber count. 11,482 fans. My stomach lurched. That wasn't just a few curious guys stumbling onto her page. That was a damn audience. I scrolled deeper, my pulse hammering. Live streams, custom requests, private messages. How long had this been going on? And more importantly, why? Following the money. I needed answers. I yanked my laptop open and logged into our joint bank account. Scrolling through the transactions, I found it almost instantly. Of Studios LLC, $7,200 deposit. Another. Of Studios LLC, $9,800 deposit. My throat went dry. $10, $000, $12, $500, 14, 300. Month after month, the numbers kept climbing. She wasn't just on OnlyFans. She was making a fortune. This whole time, I thought we were doing better financially because she had gotten a promotion at work. The fancy spa days, the designer handbags, the expensive lingerie I never even got to see her wear. She was using OnlyFans money to fund it all. My stomach turned. The worst discovery. I dug deeper. Private transactions. Withdrawals I never noticed before. Then, I saw something that froze me solid. A $3,000 charge at a luxury boutique. Followed by a $1,500 hotel booking. And neither of them were for me. I swallowed the bile rising in my throat. Was this just content creation? Or was there something more? I clicked on her private messages. Hundreds. Thousands. I scrolled until I found a pinned message. Meaning it was important. It was from a user named MasterJ. My hands shook as I read it. Had a great time last weekend, babe. Same time next month? Winking face. My vision blurred. Couldn't breathe. I couldn't king breathe. This wasn't just about selling pictures. This wasn't just about money. This was so much worse. And now I had one mission. Find out just how deep this betrayal goes. My hands trembled as I gripped my phone. My heartbeat slammed against my ribs like a war drum. Had a great time last weekend, babe. Same time next month? Winking face. I stared at the message from Master J, my mind racing. Had a great time? That wasn't some casual OnlyFans interaction. That wasn't just a guy paying for a private photo set. That sounded personal. Like something had actually happened. I felt like I had been thrown into ice water. Was she meeting men in real life? Was she cheating on me? For a second, I almost closed the app. Almost convinced myself that I had seen enough. But no, I had to know. I scrolled further into her private messages, scanning past the hundreds of thirsty guys throwing money at her, until I saw another familiar name. CO_daddy. Just booked our next getaway. Your little secret is safe with me. Red heart. Couldn't breathe. My wife was taking vacations with these men? She was using OnlyFans money to fund weekend trips with other guys? My stomach twisted into knots. This wasn't just an online fantasy. She was living a double life. I needed answers. I shot up from my chair, barely feeling the floor under my feet. My body was running on pure adrenaline, my mind in overdrive. Olivia was still out. She had told me earlier she'd be working late. I laughed bitterly. Yeah. Working. I checked her location on our shared app. She was 15 minutes away. I had 15 minutes to calm myself down, to think about what I was going to say, to prepare for whatever *T excuse she was about to throw at me. I didn't sit. I didn't pace. I just stood in the middle of our living room, gripping my phone so hard my knuckles went white, waiting. The moment she walked in, I knew. The door clicked open. "Hey, babe." Olivia's voice rang through the house, casual, carefree, like she hadn't just been exposed as a complete fraud. She kicked off her heels, tossing her purse on the couch. She smelled like wine and expensive perfume. Not her perfume. Someone else's. She turned toward me and froze. Her smile faltered. "What's wrong?" she asked, tilting her head, that innocent wife act slipping into place like a well-rehearsed performance. I held up my phone, my thumb hovering over her OnlyFans profile. Her face drained of color. For the first time, I saw real fear in her eyes. "You want to tell me what the *CK this is?" I asked, my voice deadly calm. She didn't move, didn't blink. And then, she did something that nearly made me snap. She laughed. A soft, breathy chuckle. Like I had just caught her sneaking an extra cookie, not selling herself online. "Wow," she sighed, shaking her head. "Took you long enough." Took me long enough? I felt my pulse spike, my fists clenching at my sides. "Are you seriously standing there acting like this is nothing?" She rolled her eyes and crossed her arms. "Ethan, it's just business."
Ist det här stunt?
"Business," I echoed, my voice barely above a whisper. She shrugged, like we were discussing stocks, not the fact that she was secretly posting herself online for thousands of strangers. "You're acting like I'm cheating on you," she said, arching a brow. "I'm not. It's just content. I take pictures, I make money. That's it." I exhaled sharply, trying to hold my *T together. "Then what the hell is this?" I shoved my phone in her face, the message from Master J glowing on the screen. Her lips parted slightly, a flicker of hesitation, of guilt. It lasted barely a second before she composed herself. "It's just roleplay," she said smoothly. "That's how you keep them engaged. You make them feel like they're special." My blood boiled. "You told some random guy you had a great time last weekend." I spat. "That's roleplay?" She sighed, rubbing her temple like I was annoying her. "Yes, Ethan. It's called fan engagement. It makes them pay more." I shook my head in disbelief. "So you expect me to believe that none of this is real? That you're just stringing them along for money?" She smiled. "That's exactly what I'm doing." I wanted to believe her. I wanted to believe that this was just some elaborate con for cash, that she wasn't actually meeting these guys. But that $1,500 hotel charge burned in my mind like a warning sign. The expensive gifts, the weekend work trips, the lingerie I had never even seen her wear. Something wasn't adding up. And then she said the words that made my stomach turn. "Why are you acting like this is such a big deal?" she asked, her voice softening. "We're making more money than we ever have before." My head snapped up. She smiled at me, stepping closer, her fingers lightly grazing my wrist. "You don't have to be mad, babe," she purred. "You could be a part of it too." I jerked back. "What?" Her smile widened. "I'm serious." She ran her fingers through her hair. "Couples pages blow up. We could make even more money. Together." I stared at her like she had lost her damn mind. "You're actually suggesting that I what? Join you?" I asked, my voice shaking. She shrugged. "Why not?" I felt like the walls were closing in. 6 years of marriage. 6 years of trust, love, and partnership shattered. I had walked into this conversation ready to confront her, to demand an apology, to maybe find a way to fix what she had broken. But now I wasn't even sure who the hell I was married to. And the worst part? I wasn't just disgusted. I was tempted. I should have walked away. Any sane man would have. But I didn't. I just stood there, staring at her, trying to piece together how the woman I married, the woman I thought I knew, could stand in front of me, smiling, and ask me to join her in selling our relationship online. Olivia? I exhaled sharply, running a hand through my hair. Are you even hearing yourself right now? She tilted her head, arms crossed, completely unbothered. I hear myself just fine. I laughed, a sharp, humorless sound. So let me get this straight, I said, pacing the room. You start an OnlyFans behind my back, lie to me for months, let other men think you're single, and now you're standing here asking me to just jump in? She rolled her eyes. Ethan, you're making this so dramatic. My blood boiled. So me being pissed that my wife is pretending to be single online while strangers jack off to her is dramatic? I spat. Her expression flickered, just for a second, before she composed herself. That's not what this is, she said smoothly. It's a business, Ethan. Nothing more. I let out a bitter chuckle. Oh yeah? Then explain the hotel bookings. The thousands of dollars in withdrawals. The private messages from men calling you babe and talking about their next meetup with you. She stiffened. I had her. For the first time in this whole damn conversation. She looked caught. But then she did what she always did. She turned it back on me. Why were you even snooping in my messages, Ethan? She asked, her voice dripping with manipulation. What, you don't trust me? I barked out a laugh. Trust you? Are you F***ing kidding me? Olivia? She sighed, shaking her head. I swear to God, men always have such fragile egos. Fragile egos? I clenched my fists at my sides. Is that what this is? My ego? I took a step closer. Because from where I'm standing, it looks like my wife is lying to my face while strangers wire her money for God knows what. She scoffed. I told you, it's fantasy. Nothing more. Then why the F***ck are you taking vacations with them? I hissed, shoving my phone in her face again. She froze. I could see it. The second of panic before she recovered, putting on that fake, condescending smile. I told you, Ethan, that's just business. Business. I looked down at my phone again, at the hotel receipts, the luxe dinners, the gifts, and then I saw something I hadn't noticed before. Pending wire transfer. $25,000. I clicked on the details. Recipient. Ryan Maddox. My stomach dropped. I knew that name. I knew it very well, because Ryan Maddox was my best friend. My wife was paying off my best friend? I felt like I had been hit by a truck. Ryan and I had been friends since college. He was at our wedding. He had dinner at our house every month. He was the one guy I trusted with everything. And now, his name was sitting on a $25,000 wire transfer from my wife's secret account. My ears rang. My vision blurred. I turned to Olivia, holding up my phone. Tell me this is a mistake, I said, my voice low. Dangerous. She didn't answer. Her mouth opened slightly, just enough to confirm my worst F***ing fear. You're kidding, I whispered. Silence. I took a step back, disgust curling in my stomach. Olivia? Is he one of them? She swallowed, glancing away. That was my answer. I shook my head, a cold laugh escaping my lips. Jesus Christ. You really are unbelievable. She groaned, throwing her hands in the air. Oh my God. Ethan, relax. Relax. I stared at her in disbelief. You've been sleeping with my best friend? My voice cracked with rage. She arched a brow. That's a big accusation. Oh, don't F***ing do that. I snapped. Don't sit here and pretend like I'm an idiot. If it's just business. Why the hell are you sending him $25,000? She hesitated. And then she said something that made my stomach turn. Because he helped me start it. Everything around me stopped. What? She sighed. Like this was just another minor inconvenience in her day. Ryan is the one who convinced me to do this, she admitted, crossing her arms. He told me how much money I could make, helped me set up my profile. He even handled the marketing at first. Couldn't breathe. You mean to tell me, I said, my voice shaking, that my best friend has been in on this the whole time? She shrugged. Basically. I laughed. I actually laughed. Because this was King insanity. I had walked into this conversation thinking my wife was just hiding an online account. Instead, I found out, white heavy checkmark, she was running an OnlyFans behind my back. White heavy checkmark, she was possibly meeting men in real life. White heavy checkmark, she had been lying to me for months. White heavy checkmark, she was sending money to my best friend. White heavy checkmark, my best friend had helped her start all of this. I exhaled slowly, rubbing my face. I was done talking. I was done listening. There was only one person who could tell me the truth now. So I grabbed my keys, my heart pounding. Where are you going? Olivia asked. I turned to her, my expression cold. To see Ryan. I drove to Ryan's place like a man possessed. The rage in my chest wasn't just anger. It was betrayal, humiliation, and something darker. Ryan wasn't just a friend. He was my brother. The guy who had been there for everything. College, my wedding, the nights Olivia and I fought, and I went to him for advice. And the whole time, he was helping my wife build a secret life behind my back. I gripped the steering wheel so hard my knuckles turned white. By the time I pulled up to his house, I didn't hesitate. I slammed my car door shut and marched to his front door, ringing the bell twice. A few seconds later, the door cracked open. Ryan stood there in sweatpants and a t-shirt, holding a beer, looking at me with a half smile, like nothing was wrong. That alone made me want to knock his teeth out. Ethan? He frowned. What's up, man? I didn't speak, just held up my phone, the $25,000 transfer still glowing on the screen. Ryan's entire face changed. His smile dropped. His grip tightened around the beer bottle. And for the first time I saw it. The guilt. *T, he muttered. That was all I needed to hear. I shoved past him, stepping into his house. You have one chance to explain, I said, my voice low, deadly. Ryan shut the door behind me, rubbing his face.
F***K, Mann.
I clenched my jaw. How long? Ryan swallowed hard. About a year. A year. 12 f***ing months. ***. I let out a breath, shaking my head. So this whole time, you were sitting in my house, drinking my beer, acting like my best ***king friend. While you were helping Olivia sell herself online? Ryan exhaled. Ethan, listen.
No, isnapat.
You don't get to talk yet. I stepped closer, my hands trembling with barely contained rage. I trusted you, Ryan. My voice shook. And you were sitting in my house, laughing with me, while you knew what she was doing. He ran a hand through his hair. I didn't plan for this ***T, man. Olivia. She came to me first. I scoffed. Oh, that makes it better? He sighed. She told me she wanted to make extra money, that you were struggling at work, and she didn't want to stress you out. I just gave her advice, helped her market the account. I snapped. I grabbed him by the collar and shoved him against the wall. You helped my wife do porn? I growled. Ryan's beer bottle hit the floor, shattering. Ethan, F***K. Calm down. Calm down. I shoved him harder. You don't get to tell me to calm down. His eyes flickered with fear. I never touched her, man. I swear. I stared at him, breathing heavily. Then why the FK*** is she sending you $25,000? Ryan hesitated. And in that hesitation I knew. I let go of him, stepping back.
Jesus Christ.
Ryan rubbed his neck, avoiding my eyes. It's not what you think. Then tell me what the F***K it is. Silence. And then he finally spoke. She was blackmailing me. My stomach dropped. I blinked. What? Ryan exhaled. looking like he was about to throw up. She told me she'd tell you I was involved with her if I didn't help her run the account. That she'd K up my business. Ruin my reputation. I just stared at him, because suddenly, this wasn't just a betrayal story. This was something much worse. Olivia wasn't just lying. She was manipulating us both. And now I realized, I wasn't just fighting to understand her. I was fighting to survive her. I stood there, staring at Ryan, my mind racing. Olivia was blackmailing him. This wasn't just about an OnlyFans account. This wasn't just some side hustle she kept from me. She had turned my best friend into her pawn. And now I had to ask myself, was I next? Ryan sighed, rubbing his face. Look, man. I never wanted to K you over. I laughed bitterly. Yeah? Then why didn't you King tell me? I tried, he snapped. But she told me if I said a word, she'd spin it so that you'd never believe me. That she'd make it seem like I was in on it from the start. I clenched my fists. It was classic Olivia, turning people against each other before they even had a chance to fight back. And now, she was winning. I turned toward the door. I need to go. Ryan frowned. Where? To talk to my wife. The final lie. By the time I got home, my hands were shaking. I walked in to find Olivia waiting for me. Sitting on the couch, legs crossed, a glass of wine in hand, like she knew I'd be back. She smiled. So what did Ryan say? I stared at her, my pulse hammering. You tell me. Her expression didn't change. She took a slow sip of wine. Ryan's a liar, Ethan. He'll say whatever makes him look innocent. I let out a breath. So you're denying it? The blackmail? She smirked. That depends. Did he actually show you proof? I swallowed hard. She was toying with me. I took a step closer. I need the truth, Olivia. She sighed, setting her glass down. Fine. Yes, I pushed him a little, but only because he was being difficult. You men are so sensitive. My jaw clenched. You're unbelievable. She shrugged. I do what I have to do. I ran a hand through my hair. You know what? It doesn't even matter anymore. I'm done. For the first time, her expression shifted. You're done? She repeated, tilting her head. I can't do this, I said, voice shaking. I can't be with someone who lies, manipulates, and treats people like chess pieces. Her lips curled into a slow smile. Then maybe, she murmured, standing up, walking toward me with that same confidence that had always screwed with my head. Maybe we changed the game. I frowned. What? She reached up, trailing a finger down my chest. What if you stop fighting it? I froze. You could join me, Ethan, she whispered, her lips inches from mine. Couples content is huge. We'd make more money than I ever could alone. My stomach twisted. You're actually suggesting that She grinned. Why not? You're already obsessed. You can't stop digging through my page. What's one more step? I staggered back. Are you insane? She sighed, shaking her head. Don't be so dramatic. You want me to just sell myself like you do? She smirked. It's not selling. It's control. And if you let go of all this useless guilt and pride, you'd see that. I shook my head.
Jesus Christ, Olivia.
She stepped closer, lowering her voice. You don't have to fight me, Ethan. She looked up at me, her eyes burning. You could have everything. The money, the power. Me. I wanted to say no. I should have said no. But the worst part, a part of me, deep, buried beneath all the anger, was tempted. She could see it, and that made her smile. I should have said no. I wanted to, but the truth? After everything Olivia had done, I was still standing there, asking, what would I have to do? Her smile said it all. Just be yourself, but a little sexier. It started small, one couple's live stream. Me, awkward and quiet. Her, charming and effortless. And then the tips started rolling in. $50, $100, $500. I watched the money pour in while strangers praised us in the chat. We filmed a simple video that night, just kissing, touching, laughing. Nothing explicit. Not yet. But something changed in me. And by the end of the week, I wasn't just in it. I was hooked. We were viral, making more than I'd ever imagined. But deep down, one thought wouldn't go away. We weren't a couple anymore. We were a brand. We weren't husband and wife anymore. Not really. We were co-creators, business partners, product. The shift was subtle at first. We still said I love you, still had breakfast together, still kissed before bed. But now everything was filmed, edited, posted, monetized. Our love became content. And somewhere in the blur of money and followers, I stopped recognizing us. Olivia thrived. She loved the attention, the power, the high of being worshipped by thousands. She called it owning her narrative. Me? I was spiraling. I told myself I was in control, that I could stop anytime. But every time I saw another six-figure payout, every time a video hit 1 million views, I stayed. We weren't just popular. We were famous. TikTok edits, Reddit threads, YouTube reaction videos. The husband who joined his wife's OnlyFans after catching her. People ate it up. We launched merch, podcast, a second, more explicit channel. Olivia said, "Let's strike while the iron's hot." And I said yes, every time. But deep down, I couldn't ignore what was happening. She no longer touched me unless a camera was rolling. Our date nights became collabs. And the fans? They started noticing. Is it just me? Or does he look empty? He didn't blink once in that last video. I read every comment. I shouldn't have, because they were right. I was empty. I had lost something I couldn't name. One night, I stood in front of the mirror, staring at myself. Not the man I used to be. Not the man who fell in love with a shy, passionate girl who wanted to build a life together. She was gone. And maybe so was I. Olivia walked in behind me, already in makeup and lingerie. "Camera's ready," she said. "You good?" I turned slowly to face her. I wanted to scream, to cry, to ask her if she remembered who we were before all of this. But instead I smiled. "Yeah," I said. "Let's shoot." I lost my wife, but I gained a business partner. Because somewhere along the way I stopped being her husband and started being her co-star.